We can now bring in our international affairs editor, Philip Turle. Philip, good to see you. There are a lot of questions over if or when the United States will join this war effort. There are many within the United States, the MAGA crowd, if you will, people like Tucker Carlson, American broadcaster, even Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, who are calling on the U.S. president not to get involved with this conflict. This is a U.S. president who has said he would be non-interventionist.
That is the big dilemma facing Donald Trump, and I think that can, in a way, explain why he's behaving the way he is behaving, because he knows that his support base is not really in favour of what they call forever wars, and this is something that Donald Trump is not in favour of either, and he's portrayed himself from the start of all of this right the way through his election campaigns as being the peace dealer, the man who's going to bring the different parties together to sign those deals that he's been talking about. And he hasn't managed to sign any deals so far, be it in Ukraine, be it in Gaza, and now a deal between Iran and the United States over Iran's nuclear program. So he's facing the increasing desire by Israel for the US to join in to finish off the Iranian regime and to help Israel achieve that goal and also destroy Iran's nuclear capacity. But at the same time, he doesn't want to cut ties too much with his base because, as you said, you have people like Tucker Carlson and Marjorie Taylor Greene who are saying, well, hold on a minute, this isn't what we voted for, and this is not something that we think President Trump should be doing. But on the other hand, you have other more hawkish members within the Republican Party, for example, the Republican Senator Lindsey Graham, who's saying, yes, we should go in there and finish off Iran once and for all. This is an ideal opportunity because Iran is in a weak position, so the US should get involved and move in there to make sure there is a regime change. So that is why there is this dilemma facing Donald Trump.
Because on the flight back from Canada to Washington, Donald Trump was asked. Donald Trump was asked about what he was going back for and why, if it would be in fact a ceasefire between Israel and Iran. Take a listen to his response.
Get it better than ceasefire. We're not looking for a ceasefire. I didn't say I was looking for a ceasefire. That was Emmanuel, nice guy, but he doesn't get it right too often. But we're looking for better than a ceasefire.
What specifically is better than a ceasefire? What are you looking for here?
And then a real end, not a ceasefire. And then
So something that will be permanent.
or giving up entirely. That's okay too.
I mean, Donald Trump, Philip, is talking in riddles, essentially. An end to what? It's pretty open-ended. An end to Iran's supreme leader, and an end to the conflict. It's open-ended.
Well, to be honest with you, Delon, I don't think any of us know exactly what Donald Trump is alluding to there. There are several things that could mean an end. First of all, though, that snub to Emmanuel Macron, which is typical of Donald Trump, I think we can basically say that is because prior to this G7 summit, Emmanuel Macron went where? He went to Greenland, where he stood up for the Greenlandic people, saying this is part of a country that's part of Europe, belongs to Denmark, and it's not going to be given to the United States. That's obviously displeased Donald Trump, so it's a snub back to the French president. As far as the end of the conflict between Israel and Iran is concerned, Donald Trump wants a deal. He wants a deal that he can go back and say, I've got this deal, and that's going to help me get the Nobel Peace Prize. Remember, that's the way Donald Trump functions. He wants a deal with Iran. But he also knows that he's face-to-face with a very determined Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu. And Benjamin Netanyahu wants to destroy Iran's nuclear agreement. We're not talking about a ceasefire here. We're talking about two different things. So if Donald Trump can pull off an agreement with the Iranians saying, OK, you've had 60 days, 61st day is when these attacks started, come back to the negotiating table, let's get that deal signed, that will be bigger than a ceasefire. But at the same time, there's this growing pressure, as you've been saying, from the Israelis for the US to join forces and also to finish off the Iranian regime, to bring in regime change. Is that what Donald Trump is alluding to as something bigger than a ceasefire deal? Well, we really don't know. And at the moment, he's in the Situation Room meeting with his national security team. Maybe we'll have more information later in the day. But one has to beg the question, does Donald Trump himself actually know which way he's going to go in all of this?